Hi, Cancer Nation. This is going to be your reading for the beginning of September. It's good for any placement of Cancer in your natal chart. As always, keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a private personal reading meant for just one person. So it's certainly not going to resonate with everyone that watches. This is just the energy I picked up on for Cancer today. If this doesn't hit it for you, Cancer, you can watch any of your other placements in your natal chart on this channel. Maybe your messages will be there or in addition to this message about different parts of your life. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. Link to my website to schedule private one-on-ones and to check out human design and astrology reports is down in the description below. Right now, it's Soma Chandra Cancer. Cancer. Decisions. A couple of men showed up in your reading. Now, for my masculines, I could be picking up on a same-sex romantic relationship. I could also be picking up on something for business. But when it comes to partnerships and romance, Spirit wants you to not get distracted by love too much in the beginning of fall, because the 10th house and assets and structure in your life is very important. And I kind of get the sense based on this reading that you're kind of hitting a breaking point and overload with dating. I think I'm picking up on singles for the majority of you. So solar system activations are strength, dignified, Juno, partnership. So a dignified partnership, second house focused on money, assets, and resources, and Saturn. Saturn's not messing around. Saturn likes reality. Saturn likes that structure. Saturn will accept a challenge in order to gain wisdom. We have the 10th house at the bottom of the deck. That's career, prestige, leaving your mark in the world. The 6th house is about like the work and duty area of your life and your like what you devote yourself to on a daily basis. The 10th house is about the legacy that you're leaving behind. What brings you prestige? So it's really important to have focus on dignified partnerships that will bring stability in the second house. Money, finances, resources, our ability to earn money, and how that correlates spiritually to our self-worth. It needs to be practical. It needs to be realistic. You have to learn to work, within the limitations of structure. Like there's restrictions and limitations, but that doesn't need to hold us back. It can bring structure to our money and our finances. And the 10th house is all about career and prestige. Someone around you maybe really cares about that, but Spirit wants you to care about that. You are on a journey at this time. Be patient, Cancer. Your advice from Spirit in the beginning of the month is patience, freedom, and standstill. Leadership is at the bottom of the deck. Some of you with the 10th house and leadership coming out, be patient right now, Cancer. Freedom is yours, but things are at a standstill because I think Spirit's trying to line you up and put a path in front of you that will actually lead to leadership and a dignified partnership that will bring in a lot of money for you. For personal, career, and life path, that's beautiful. Be patient, keep your freedom. If love and other parts of your life are at a standstill, it's because Spirit is waiting for you to take the lead in your own life. Cancers are pretty good at doing that. You are rather driven and tenacious people, and you're very kind and generous, and you make wonderful leaders. Overall energy of the reading is the King of Swords, but then we also have a King of Wands. You're being seen as the Ace of Swords. What you need to know or your advice is the Lovers, and the final outcome is the Page of Cups. Now, because I have the Lovers and the Two of Pentacles, I kind of get the feeling that you may have a choice between two men, but not all of you are going through something like that. So take it as it resonates. The King of Swords and the King of Wands could just be two different aspects of the same person. And if it's two different aspects of the same person, you need to know that this guy has two different guys living inside of him. He does. One part of this guy is really intelligent and wants someone to hold the key to his heart. The other part of this guy is a player that doesn't want to give up his freedom. Either that or we've got two very different kinds of people. The untold truth of the heart is the chase, chemistry, but then solitary, withdrawn, lonesome, and single, and limit, final straw, overload. Someone has been chasing euphoria allowed themselves to be influenced by dark attachments and third-party situations, and lives in fantasy and illusion. Woo. If any of you in the beginning of the month realize that you've been in relationships that are just euphoric and unhealthy and nothing but illusion and fantasy, and that has kept you solitary and alone, just perpetually chasing nothing but the spark, which fades. The spark doesn't last. The spark only happens in the beginning. You'll realize that that's why you've been so lonely and single. Because living in a fantasy and an illusion and having these effed up relationships that are based on nothing but euphoria and the chase will leave you alone. You'll be all alone. But there may be someone around you who has had enough of that. They've had enough. They're hitting a breaking point. You will hit a breaking point with this. Like, there is chasing. And I think you're just like, I'm so done with this. I'm so done with it. So with the King of Swords, let's look at this guy. With the King of Swords, you could have been dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you will in the beginning of the month. And he is very smart. The King of Swords can have a lot of wit, a lot of bite, a lot of charm. He can be wonderful to talk to, often very smart. He can be a little closed off, a little logical. He has a heart. I'm a Libra, so I understand the King and the Queen of Swords. Like, we have a heart, us air signs, but you've kind of got to get through our sword of discernment first. But underneath this is the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. I think this will be you. I think that this is your reaction to this person. You think about them. You think that there could be something mutual between the two of you. The Two of Wands is, I like you, you like me, let's see where it goes. Page of Pentacles, let's develop this. And this guy may feel that way about you. I pulled out my Lenormand deck, which is a system slightly different from tarot. It's more compact, smaller deck. And I wanted to know what his deal was. I said, Spirit, tell me about the King of Swords. The letter, details, and key to my heart. This guy might like to write. This guy might be very good at details. You may also feel like you kind of have to read between the lines with him, though, sometimes. And he could have the key to your heart, and you could have the key to his. But it's not going to be effusive and flowery. It's straightforward. And I think that he makes you hunt for details. He may send you on a little bit of, like, he speaks in riddles a bit. I think that he could be a little bit more open and straightforward, though. But then we've got this King of Wands. And I think that this, for a lot of you, this might be a totally different guy. What clarified, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But again, poor fire signs, they get pegged as players all the time. They're not all players. I know some deeply devoted, monogamistic King of Wands. So, but this guy is coming off like a player because I have the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the Devil. Oh my. Oh my. For some of you, you may have a boss that slips in. This could be a boss, a mentor, someone that you have a professional relationship with that says something to you in a letter or a message that indicates that he is attracted to you and that he wants to sleep with you. If this is a totally different guy, well, he looks like he's a lot of fun in bed, but you're not his only choice. And you're probably drawn to him like a moth to a flame, or this guy is very fueled by passion and desire. Like the Lovers and the Devil is kinky and it's fun. And he's like, hey, you want a piece of candy? I mean, I'm like, wow, okay. But his energy from the Lenormand is the bridge, so sort of the land in between, a transition person. The fish, plenty of fish in the sea, and sort of dreamy and elusive, and 26, the Book of Secrets. Okay, so if you've got two different guys here, one of them might be a better choice if you're looking for something more logical and straightforward out of a partner. And one of them might be better suited if you just want to be down for whatever and you don't mind sharing him with a bunch of other women or men and vice versa. But if they are the same person, this is a guy working out what it is that he really wants. Be careful, Cancer, because if it's the same guy, he's going to tell you things that allude to the possibility that you could have the key to his heart, even though he's a man whore. Man whores can settle down. So can the girly ones too. I mean, hashtag slut life is a thing, and it's not bad or wrong as long as you're open and honest about it. But you're being seen as the Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. Clarifying this is the Two of Pentacles, Justice, and the Page of Cups. The King of Swords might be a Libra. And I think you're thinking, I should go with him. I should go with this guy. Even if it's like for career or something, like this doesn't have to be sexual. This guy just might be all about himself, and this one has more structure, more detail. Like if this is a choice for who to work for or who to work with, go with the King of Swords. This guy's slutty in more than one ways. I think that both of them may hit you up though, or if it, again, I have to read it both ways because I'm hearing both messages, and this is a general reading and I can't clarify it and talk to you personally. If it's all one person, they're like, what should I do here? I really need to seal the deal. I need to be very fair and honest with myself, because if this guy has been doing nothing but chasing chemistry, you can chase a lot of chemistry in life. Like it feels great to get laid and you initially meet a person. And this person may place high value on like physical attraction and sex. Nothing wrong with that, but there's more to life than that. And that does get tiring. He's alone and he's hit a breaking point. He has a problem with euphoria. He's like, I really want to do right by Cancer. Like, I think that I should open up and be vulnerable with her and stop acting like a slut. That's not bringing me love. Here's what you need to know, or your advice. The Lovers. Also, you could be dealing with a Gemini, but that's spirit pushing two people together. And what I have to say about the Lovers is when Gemini comes in, when this constellation influences us, what spirit and this sign is trying to say to us is stop focusing on what you don't have in common with people and start focusing on people that you do have things in common with. This is about total value alignment. Do my morals and values line up with your morals and values? Can there be harmony? Can there be love? They're naked. Are you compatible sexually? You do have choices. Choose wisely. Choose divinely. Allow spirit to be your guide. Pick a divinely influenced partner. Listen up, you're at a crossroads. You know your own self-worth and ask more questions. So for some of you, this person is getting kind of a wake-up call. These are two angels, and I call judgment, that's Scorpio. That's the divine whistleblower. That's spirit saying, wake up, listen to me. You're a great catch. People are interested in you. You need to ask questions and be curious and be smart and let other people ask these questions of you. Because this guy, if it's all one guy, he's getting really close to understanding what his perfect match looks like. And that's going to be different for everybody. If this is your advice, Cancer, Spirit is saying you have a lot of choices. You need to listen to the inner calling, know your own self-worth, and be suspicious as fuck until you know the truth. Okay, like the Page of Swords is like, I'm sorry, but I am not going to sign the dotted line until I have read all 500 pages of the terms and agreements. Yeah, like I'm not checking that box until I know everything I want to know. Choose yourself first. But we've got this little Page of Cups. Hi. Clarifying this is the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups. There you are in the moon, Piscean energy. And the full moon is in Pisces conjunct with Saturn. And, you know, this full moon in Pisces is really, really going to make us dreamy. But with Saturn's influence, it could shatter illusion. And that's what we're going for. We're not going for illusion and delusion, people, right? Not in this collective. Not my Cancerians. Not my Somachandra Cancers. Because Somachandra means moon body or gather in moonlight. And that's what you do. So much of this channel is actually built on Cancerian energy. So this message is really important for you, Cancer. Like, there could be a lot of untapped hidden potential. I can see that you want love and someone wants love from you, and they are going to pull on your heartstrings and your heart chakra. You may also be sending messages, because this could be you, like, which one of these guys do I pick? Or if it's the same guy, what part of him do I want to entice? The smart part that's willing to develop something real in the 3D, or the guy that just isolates himself and chases hoes? And who am I in all of this? Spirit's trying to help everybody line up with the right person, but you may get messages that like kind of sweep you off your feet, but also confuse you a little bit. If you are dealing with two people, I dropped out 3 cards for how you're going to deal with the King of Swords and 3 cards for how you're going to deal with the King of Wands. If you're dealing with the same person, you're going to have sort of 2 different reactions, and you're going to kind of have to rope this guy in. You're going to have to teach him how to treat you, okay? So with this King of Swords, the Moon, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, okay, something about the King of Swords energy makes you feel wistful and romantic and dreamy and immediately picking up your cup of love. This is really romantic. That King of Swords might really get under your skin, and you give him a look and you're like, there's really more to him than meets the eye. And he may say something to you that causes you to fantasize and daydream and feel really romantic, and an innocent romance, an idealistic romance. It's not bad or wrong, but allow Saturn to keep it in check with reality. And again, remember, Spirit said, look, you've really got to focus on career and money and assets. So if you can do both at the same time, cool, but don't let that shit distract you, right? But it will. It just will. It just will. And it piques your heart chakra. But then the King of Wands inside of him, or the King of Wands in addition to him, is going to get this kind of reaction. The 7 of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. You're like, look, you can't be coming over to my place in the middle of the night. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you. That's the Queen of Swords. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be very direct with you. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I think the Queen of Swords in you is saying to him, I think you're a little arrogant. I think you think you're the hottest guy on planet Earth. I think you think your shit doesn't stink. And I think you can woo me, and you cannot. You cannot. Here is my wit and my bite and my charm and my truth and my boundaries. I'm going to be as clear as I can possibly be. Now, this guy may be like, oh, I never said you could come over. I just want you to pay attention to me. That might tick you off a little bit. You'll be like, what did you just say to me? If it's all the same person, Cancer, he might play a little bit of a game with you. That's because he's playing a game with himself. He's playing a game with himself. And I just want to sit him down and hug him and say, don't act like this. You deserve love. And Cancer can give you love. Don't fuck with her like this. Like, for real, dude, this is just, you're going to be alone when you're 65. Stop. Just stop. You know. But I feel like for a lot of you, like, you've been in this energy. And if you've been in this energy, Spirit's saying, you have all the choices in the world. Put yourself first. You're a great catch. Ask a lot of questions. Don't sign a dotted line. Here's the overall energy around you. If it's all one person, they are looking for love. And they do have a lot of choices. They also think they have all the time in the world, and they might be a little overwhelmed by their choices, but they do want love. And Scorpio, they may have Scorpio and Pluto or something like that. They may have a Scorpio moon or Venus, which can be really slutty, but it will also, Scorpios, once they commit, they love hard and they will not leave. That is a fixed water sign. Yes, they can be very loyal if they have Scorpio in their chart somewhere. Very, if they find the right person. And they're at this crossroads. Like, Spirit is like, pick the right person. Open your heart chakra. But clarifying this is the Queen of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the High Priestess. So I'm not going to fully diss the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, but she does have a shadow side and she can be low-key promiscuous. This guy might be barking up the wrong tree a little bit, but I think that he's looking for someone that can match his King of Wands energy. If it's all the same guy, he does want someone that might be spicy and a little extra in the bedroom and also very independent and passionate. He does like the chase. He likes bravado. He likes a little bit of a game. He may have a choice between young little sluts. I mean, this girl's not wearing any clothes. We can see her boobs. Or this grown woman. The Queen of Wands in this deck is actually very conservatively dressed, but you cannot take your eyes off of her. And he's trying to discern what's right for him. He does want this someone that there's more to her than, it's like he wants that sex kitten and he wants that fire and that passion and that scattered nature and that independence. But he wants it to be strong and real. I feel like Spirit is trying to say to this person, stop chasing elusive little sluts that you're never going to catch, because there's a grown woman right in front of you who's really loving and really intelligent. For some of you, because you have a choice between two guys, when I get the Ace of Cups, it's you. Listen to your own best judgment and pick what's right for you. Do not give up your freedom. Get in alignment with your goals and listen to your intuition, because we've got this Queen of Wands here and the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords. There's something that's difficult to see. And we also have the Moon. Some of you are just going to go through some cycles and learn some major lessons about love and about how to be independent. I also think that for some of you, if you have Queen of Wands energy, you don't realize it about yourself and it might intimidate someone as well. But that doesn't mean you should stop being the Queen of Wands, which is really, really independent and very enticing and very magnetic and the best friend you'll ever have and an amazing leader as well. And she has a very strongly defined sense of self. That might be a little intimidating to someone. I think that we have 3 queens on the table, so I think that you're throwing a lot of divine feminine energy right now. And different people are going to pull out different aspects of you. You need more clarity before you proceed. So watch out with this dreamy cup of love. And don't ignore having to stand up to him when he is just attention-seeking and kind of a jerk with you. Okay? Maintain your independence. Anything could happen at this point. The Wheel of Fortune is turning and we'll see what happens next. I want to do an extended, but Spirit's saying, nope, let it be. Let the chips fall. It could go a lot of different ways and Cancer just needs to accept that. You keep your hands on the wheel of your chariot, Cancer, and keep the GPS of your soul turned on. Be patient and freedom is yours. Don't give it up to nobody yet. Let both of these guys or this one guy prove it to you. He's got to work it out and so do you. Okay? Yes, they're pulling back and they're telling me to stop. All right, Cancer, that's the beginning of September. I hope it resonates and I hope it helps. Link to the website for private readings is down below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Cancer. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.